It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
With Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Aristotle, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For the 76ers, they come into tonight's game after a loss to Cleveland. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. Shaq, as we close in on the end of the regular season, some teams are already looking ahead to the playoffs. What do you think is more preferable, having home court advantage or well-rested players?
Well, home court advantage is important, but it does you no good if you guys are injured or whatnot. One thing you want to keep up is your energy and spirit. So whoever's out there, they got to give 199.2743586124558778124.
Yeah. That's a lot of effort. But see, I'm from a different era. In the past years, guys didn't take games off unless they were seriously injured. Now they kind of rest guys in an 82-game schedule. If you're going to do that, you might as well just shorten the schedule if guys need rest. I'm not really into that, but this is going to be a great season.
I may have to miss the next game. My arm hurts.
Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the NBA2K17.
And in that game, guys, they were just about as dominant defensively on the interior as you could ever be.
And once they got a few rejections, they had opposing scorers looking for those long arms and hands. And it caused hesitation in taking shots in there.
Now look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They got Simmons. The machine is out there at the beach. Then their fattest one, and it's the bodyguard in at the one spot.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the former 5th overall pick back in the 2011 draft, Valanciunas is still stretching, people feel, the surface of his true potential.
And he's had a few bouts with the injury bug, Kevin, but when he's right, he's a load. Struggles defending on the perimeter, but his rebounding and rim protection have gotten more nasty as he's matured.
And the first one drops. And here on the second, so it makes them both. Toronto on defense. Here's the bodyguard. Passes it to Simmons. Drills it from outside. Simmons got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Simmons continues to develop the outside shot. When he's connecting from deep, the D is in step.
Patterson, the screen. Carroll, no one around him. The shot scoring is just coming out.
Rapid fire threes coming from everywhere.
And I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
Screens are back, but that three is off the mark. Here's the three. With the putback. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Simmons passes to the beast. Here's Gaddis one. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle, a lot of contact there.
Well, of course, 2 Canadian teams were born to the NBA in '95, but back in 2001, the Vancouver Grizzlies became the Memphis Grizzlies, leaving the Toronto Raptors as the sole Canadian survivor.
First free throw is good. What's interesting about the Raptors and Grizzlies when they first entered the league, the Grizzlies were actually the team that seemed to be on the track for big things, but lately the tables have really turned.
Yeah, and what's surprising to me is that as we try to appeal to more people in more countries with our game, we still have only one franchise located outside of the U.S., and that's the Raptors. The NBA is seen as rejuvenation in revenues, but if we want that growth to maximize, we may need to try and broaden our international.
Now here's Lowry. He picked up 15 points in the last one against Indiana. Nice pass. Under the rock, perfectly for the layup.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And he came off that screen, and then he just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, the mark goes up for him.
Shoots the triple.
Perfect step down. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but he showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage inside.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Following Kyle Lowry's three. Here's DeRozan. Misses the three. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the strike clearly had an impact on the game.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Full credit goes to him on that one, Greg. I mean, the defense played pretty good position, but just couldn't do much about it. That's just better offense that time.
Simmons passes to the machine. And it's stolen by Valanciunas. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Ben Simmons picks up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Lowry. that. He hangs in there and pitches it for the second chance points.
Oh, I love the aggression there. Hitting those off the boards hard.
The basket Madison. Shot to stop the run, and he's good on the 3-ball. Madison's got 7 points in the game.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Well, you know, it's still early, partner, but that's what we're seeing so far, and we know what he can do on one of his better days. It's hard to handle.
Now, here's DeRozan. He had 25 points in the win against Indiana.
Yeah, and it seemed like he scored about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the lead. He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game.
It's good.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And DeRozan throws it down.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
The 76ers trail by 4. Earlier, David Aldridge talked with head coach Dwayne Casey. Hey, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Evan. In his mind, stopping second chance points is job number 1. Talk about boxing out, making sure that missed shots don't turn into points because of box assignments. It's going to be something he emphasizes all game long, Evan.
Great, David. Thank you. Pass to the Beast. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. The Beast's got a second bucket tonight.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Down low. It's stolen. And now the 76ers on the break. Run past the arc. Out to the wing. Philadelphia moving the ball. Here's the 3. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Shots are just flowing to him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Deflects the pass. He's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
And really no choice but to run for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Jared Saunders checked in for the Raptors. Joseph comes in for the Carroll. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break, checking out the 3-point shot ratio for the 76ers.
And they have been beasting from long range, shooting with volume and accuracy. It's been a good recipe for them offensively, and boy, it puts a lot of pressure on opposing defenses to try and cover all that space.
Free throw good from Saunders. Now the Philadelphia 76ers overseeing one of the most drastic and methodical rebuilds in NBA history over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, and you know, they set league records, guys, for losing along the way. And eventually, amidst the league-wide criticism, ownership decided to change course and shake up the front office. You know, it's easy to find fault with the process, but it is true the team is in a better position now than it was back in 13. The Sixers had one of the worst records in NBA history last season, but not the worst. That record is held by the Sixers, who managed just 9 wins back in 72-73.
That's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. It was rumored that other NBA owners lobbied the league's front office to intervene and change the direction of the Sixers last season.
Very interesting, but you think they'd be happy to take that easy win on the schedule, but in the end, I think economics were at play here. Ticket sales lagged when the Sixers came to town, and they're only as strong as a league as your weakest teams are. So the revenue sharing, the weak earnings from a big market like Philly, I think had an effect on everybody. Part of why that sentiment was rumored to be percolating.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit. I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
for Philadelphia. Rashawn Holmes comes in for the Beast. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Here's Sullinger. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Sixers have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's the bodyguard. He's covered by Joseph. And here is Simmons. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Valanciunas.
The knack for the offensive rebound, a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
There's Dennis one. The offensive rebound. Here's the bodyguard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials are on contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And what's your take on visual hustle stats for Toronto?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight. And that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Simmons. And Curry subbed in for Baddest one.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Screen by Valanciunas. Sullinger with a screen for Joseph. Valanciunas with the ball. Holmes on him.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the ball and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Toronto's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Screen by Valanciunas. And there's the feed to Powell. Over to the wing. There's Sullinger. And it's in after Hasselhoff's on the right side.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he was on the money. That's no doubt. Here's the bodyguard. He's covered by Joseph.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I would say you're absolutely right.
Well, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Sullinger with the bucket. Sullinger's got 6. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's the bodyguard. 38 points for him last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And not just the scoring, it was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Powell kicks to Robinson. Back to Powell. Got a piece of it. Sullinger the screen. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
Rodriguez is checked in for the bodyguard. And the second free throw, good. Philadelphia's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Now Rodriguez. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Embiid wide open. And his first shot of the game, no good. And Sullinger gets to Ellington. Sullinger the screen. Not loose. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Valanciunas. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. The 76ers, number 1.
And that's the way they have to play in order to win. They've got rebounders, so they've got to go after those second and third opportunities whenever they can.
Now here's Curry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Tough 3 there. The defender was straight all over him, and he still found a way to knock it down.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
And Philadelphia making a change here. McGee's checked in. They throw good. Curry. Raptors trail by 4. Joseph with the ball. 9-point game is lost out. In the guard, Powell with it. And the 3 ball is good. Now here's Rodriguez. Pass to Holmes. Tipped away. There's the dish to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. McGee's shot is off. After shooting an impressive 60% earlier. Now here's Ellington, guarded by Curry. Valanciunas with a screen on Henderson. Powell for 3. They get the rebound. Shoots a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Powell's got 7.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swing really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth. Ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Here's Rodriguez. Another miss by Philadelphia. Now the Raptors moving it up. Ellington leading the charge. Joseph, that's it.
You can see that every pass they made was leading to a score. Great ball movement.
Rodriguez passes to Curry. Shot to stop the run. And that one's good by Henderson. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Sullinger the screen. And Joseph gets the foul. Dishes to Sullinger. Joseph the pass to Valanciunas. And again it's Toronto converting.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Holmes, good.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And that's got to be part of the game plan. Use his range to really stretch out that game.
And there's Henderson that goes on Corey Joseph. That's his first foul. Patterson each checked in for Toronto. 76ers shooting has been tremendous. Their offense looking primed and ready for this matchup. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Curry outside. And Toronto with the rebound.
They've been sensational coming back to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up kind of nice.
For Toronto, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. Second free throw, no good.
And a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Rodriguez. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Pettis one. And a great assist by Rodriguez as that one goes in. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. 76ers lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Born in Toronto, gives us his thoughts about returning north of the border to free agency.
So I played a big part in that, ever since I was growing up, I was a Toronto Raptors fan. Growing up, watching them, just having it in my dreams, me and my brother, and, Tristan, Mike, all those guys playing together, just knowing if we get the opportunity, just trying to get the best out of it.
And they had won a championship with the Spurs in 2014. We wonder how much of Joseph's experience can carry over to help the Raptors.
It's always good to have rings in the locker room, especially for big games. And what I like about Joseph is that he's just now starting to realize his potential.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
In a moment now, they reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all queued up for the second quarter of basketball. And so, in the game for the 76ers, we've got the Beast. Odegaard is out there with Pettis one. Then it's Simmons. And it's the Machine in at the 5. Now, here's Ryan. Out to the right wing. From past the arc. And Jamal Carey hit for 3. Carey's got the opening field goal in the second quarter for the Raptors. Philadelphia has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them.
And last year, Kyle Lowry took another huge leap in his development. And the points, the steals, and the rebounds were fantastic. But I thought the bigger part was the fact that the discipline he showed in the offseason to drop to 25 pounds. You factor that in with his shot selection, and that discipline is one reason why he was an all-star and rapidly becoming one of the very elite guards we have in our league. And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three almost 60% for the game.
Here's the Beast. Anderson defending. And here comes Simmons. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, he can give as good as he gets.
Gamesmanship going on right here. You see it, Greg. You know exactly what's going on right there. He answers right back with that 3 of his own.
And he should thank the key for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that one.
Passes it to Bannister. Feeds it to Simmons. And the 76ers get it back. Here's the Machine. He's on target from 8 feet out.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Ray, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Sullinger outside. And the Raptors hit it in from deep.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Well, Odegaard passes to Simmons. It's a nice ball movement here by the 76ers. For the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Sullinger the screen. Lowry dishes to Patterson. Shot from 12. No good. That's miss number 2 against 3 makes from the field. The pass to the body. From deep 3-point range. No good that time.
demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. A lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Here's the break. Outside for one. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And there's a whistle that goes on the body guard. That is his first foul of the game. And Ellington's checked in for Patterson. Here's DeRozan. Carroll. Sellinger, left side. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Patterson.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the court.
76ers trailing. Here's the bodyguard. 10 points for him. To the wing right side. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for the machine. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. First in free throw percentage, second in three-point field goal percentage, and also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And it's nice when you got a guy who doesn't miss much from the line. Just keep the ball in his hands in tough situations. It's been automatic this season. There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
A beat. Trying to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Over in the corner, Sellinger on the arc. And Philadelphia grabs for miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Pattis one. To finish it off. Beauty.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And Toronto has possession after the Sixers pick up 2. Just wanted to shoot. Sellinger with the bucket. Sellinger's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Kept alive. LeVere's passes to Simmons. And stolen by Ellington. Battles through traffic and ends it in. Now it's a 7-point Raptor lead. 76ers have gone 4-10 in the second quarter from the field. Basket Patterson. Three-pointer. Three-pointers right on target. Patterson got 17.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Here's Lowry, and there's the whistle. Foul hard, and the shot will go to the line.
Nice numbers from Lowry. He's got 10 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
And he's got his first free throw of the game shot. First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for DeMar Carroll, and it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. And so Lowry nails both of them. The 76ers trail by 6. There's the pick. Passes it to the beast. Jacks up a 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Sellinger's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Ellington kicks the low. Chipped away. Here's the bodyguard. No good that time. And Toronto will come the other way.
And they continue to control the right.
Guys, I think they've simply been a more physical team. That's why they were here.
Playing smart offensively in the first half. No doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far. Well, they were getting tired out there. A quick timeout gives them an opportunity to catch their breath.
Joseph's checked in. And while we can, let's see which rookies have led the way in scoring since the All-Star break. Fifth on the list, Ben Simmons.
As this season progresses, you can see his confidence growing. Sometimes you forget that he's just a rookie. I mean, he looks very confident and poised with his approach to the game.
Has the moxie of a veteran, Greg. I mean, since the All-Star break, he's been showing up big time on the scoreboard.
Kicks at the foul. From deep. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. The Beast's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. It's it off at once. The Beast's got 6 points.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now here's Brown. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense. The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Here's the Beast. He's coming off a 25-point game against Cleveland.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game. Wow, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And so here's Toronto. Philadelphia able to drain the foot. Lock at 6. Powell gets the down to us. Here's Joseph. It's deflected. Here's the bodyguard. They get it again. Here's the machine. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. The machine's got 4 points now in the quarter. And here's Joseph. They get it there. Powell, this is the Sullinger. Launches it. The biggest passes to the body. Hits it from 3-point range. And now a 5-point Philadelphia lead.
He was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feel.
Yeah, you know, he's got stupendous spurt ability, Greg. I know you like that one, don't you? And those spurts tend to go on for a while with him.
Yeah, did you trademark spurt ability yet?
Yeah, I tried to, man, but it didn't get any life. Although I see a lot, and I hear a lot of guys using it, but they do give me credit for it.
You have to like what we're seeing from Baddest One.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Let's see how the 76ers have performed over the last few weeks. Tops in scoring, first in assists, and they're also #1 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. An aggressive team that ball hawks very effectively.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
Now, here's Patterson. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. Just 5 to shoot. Raptors need to get a shot. Here's Ellington. It's good for a 7-8. He's made 2 of 3 so far. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 16-6 run. Outside Curry. Pass to McConnell. On deep. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Harrison.
And here we can check out the story on Jonas Valanciunas. He showed up every night and had some noteworthy performances over the last month. He's around 14 points per game, 11 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
You know, over this last whole stretch of games, I mean, he's been shutting down the lane with absolute authority.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one calls for it.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the 2nd quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
The Raptors making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. Both shots good from a strike. And here are the 76ers now. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. McConnell kicks to Embiid. And Curry has it in the corner. The pass to Holmes. Shot clock at 6. And Toronto with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Here's McConnell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. The 3-pointers right on target.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a crowd.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the 3-point shot. It seems like they have just not figured it out.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Well, one of the biggest names in free agency GA this past offseason was DeMar DeRozan. Only in Toronto feared he would leave the team, but he re-upped the Raptors on a huge deal.
DeRozan spoke about loyalty to the franchise when he announced he wanted to return to Toronto. It's the only team he's ever played for his entire career, and easy to be loyal when you are getting almost $30 million a year. So it's a great contract for DeRozan.
McConnell passes to Curry. From deep. Drops in the trays. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to stop the shootout with this team.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that distance.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
The Raptors have been shooting right around 75% the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Now here's Curry. He's got 7. Embiid with the steal. 2 seconds separate the shot clock and game. From outside the arc. The rebound by Patterson. Toronto's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the 2nd quarter. Solid shooting. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. He's got 11. Three-pointer. There's the foul. It's on David Patterson. That is his first foul of the game. McConnell. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. Judge Patterson it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Tight game tonight, Dwayne. How do you break this thing open in the second half?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating putting on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to what they have us on our heels.
Hey, thanks for your time. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Kyle Lowry has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 5 assists, and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, when you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they're not matching up well defensively, giving up a lot of open looks, a lot of easy points. They're allowing a crazy high shooting percentage, 16% and up. Time to step it up quick.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Welcome back to Canada. The famous Toronto sign here in Nathan Phillips Square, just in front of City Hall. That's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the third quarter starting here now. You know, Batiswan has been exceptional here, guys.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he has a lot more to his totals after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. It's been a close one so far.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Batiswan. He has 20 points, and those 4 3-pointers he's hit have helped him too.
No doubt, Clark. They'd be in a much different position this game if he wasn't knocking down those triples.
And for the 76ers, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. The explosive pair of Lowry and DeRozan on the backcourt. Inside, it's Patterson by Valanciunas. And it's Carroll in at the free throw. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
Defense just not strong enough to throw him off his shot there. Sometimes it takes a little more effort to defend him down there.
And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Yeah, you gotta like the aggressive D going for the block, but he got it just as it was on its way down.
Lowry's gone 5 of 7 for the floor here. Here's McConnell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Serge misses. After shooting 61% from the field, showing some more of his touch effort. Lowry with the ball. The three. Another miss by DeRozan. And here are the 76ers now. Here's Sarge. And he's good on the 3-ball. Sarge has got his second bucket of the night. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Outside Lowry. That's the 3 fly. That one is good again. He's 6 away from the floor with the basket.
Back at you. And they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows for
Henderson. He feeds it to Saric. Shoots from the elbow. And it's gone on the rim, but we ball for it. And Patterson kicks to out. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Patterson, the screen. DeRozan with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. 4 on the shot clock. For the lead. Oh, we can't get it to go. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second inning. From downtown, it's Curry. That time on the assist from Saric. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And with that 3, the second of the half, he equals his total from before the break.
Out to the right wing. Fires at the elbow. A shot by McConnell, no good. Marlowe's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Carroll dishes to Lowry. Snatched away. And now Philadelphia on the break. Now here's McGee. He dishes it to Kirk. Here's McConnell. Lowry with the block. Over to the wing. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Carroll. For the lead. And Valanciunas still away up. 12 points for him.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backcourt. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession. Almost like they were just giving up on the play.
Greg, I love that you build areas in long stretches in games. And we're right now in one of those stretches. He's been doing this for a couple of games in a row now, so he's rolling.
Here's Lowry. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Screen by Valanciunas. Fires from deep. And again, Toronto with the triple.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. He's got to get more intense.
To the left wing. Trying his luck deep. The shot by McConnell, no good.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hurricane J-Roll.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting is absolutely what he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy. The players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
McGee is Valanciunas. Back to McConnell. Out to the right wing. And it's out of bounds. He's touched by Valanciunas. And a look here at the shot chart.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times. Because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Here's Curry with the 3. Doesn't get the drop point. And Toronto down the other way. Not loose. Curry with the steal. Henderson kicks to Curry. Here's McGee. Hits the double. McGee's got his 3rd basket of the night.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
And the Raptors call time here.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here. It shows with their turnover numbers.
Jared Saunders checked in for Young Valanciunas. Norman Powell comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Powell. It's tipped. Here's Bannis one. He's covered by Joseph. He gets it in there. And that's 15 points for the bodyguard.
A sloppy D there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Extremely untidy on the defensive end. I mean, when he gets it in that close, that's an easy ball.
And stolen by Simmons. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Toronto's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 or 4 from the arc. Sullinger to screen. And the shot counts. He's fouled and the chance for a 3-point play.
Has he been this quarter? They're riding that hot.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Raptors.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Here's the machine. He's got 8. LaVeis passes to Bannis. Has it from downtown. Bannis one's got 23 points as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Now the 76ers on the break. Pass to the machine. Here's Bannis one. It's stolen by Carroll. It's deflected. Here's the bodyguard. 15 points in the game. Here's the machine. Well, good with the triple. Toronto trailing. Lowry kicks to Carroll. To the middle. Here's Sullinger. And Sullinger missing. Philadelphia shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Here's Bannis one. Got a piece of it. They get it back. Good work there as it goes. And that's now 11 points for Ben Simmons. The Raptors have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. And Joseph kicks to Lowry. And here's Carroll. 8 points for him. There's the feed to Sullinger. It's stolen by Sullinger. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. It's Rick Basket. There's the bodyguard. The lead is 2. The Bannis. Here's the screen. On the arc. Drains the 3-pointer. That's 12 points for the Beast.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot.
Now here's Lowry. He's got 22. And it's blocked. Here we go. 1-on-1. 17-foot shot on the way. The pass to Bannis. Deep. Another 3 for Philadelphia. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They had a bunch of second chance points.
Here's Carroll. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Shot clock at 5. Goes up. That's in. Going off an assist from Lowry. He's got assist number 7 for him tonight. So it's Philadelphia now. 6-point lead. Here's Bannis one. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Trying to make it a 3-point play.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
The 76ers have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6. Luke Abbott, he's checked in for Toronto. So it's Toronto. They trail by 9 points. And stolen by Simmons. Here's the Beast. Takes the 3. Here's the Machine. Target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Philadelphia with the ball. Raptors knocking down the trap. Here's the Beast. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. The Beasts got 14 points.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. Being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Now here's Brown. He has 7. Here's Sullinger. Again, Toronto.
They're not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
They grab their own miss. The dish to Simmons. Pass to the Machine. Here's the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Sullinger's got 4 rebounds in this game.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
It's tipped. Here's Babbitt. This is the foul. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sullinger. Frames it with the D all over it. Sullinger's got 6 through this quarter.
And boy, did he straight at the defender on that possession, didn't bother him at all.
This is it for Dallas. A high post shot. And Jared Sullinger throws it down.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Now Joseph from 15 feet away, offline. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. 76ers on top, up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Center in downtown Toronto. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
We gotta keep the ball moving, keep throwing and kicking, all right? You look at the houses, make sure again, our bigs, we gotta get space. When we're driving, we gotta give the ball room.
Looking to stay active on offense, Dwayne Casey asking his guys to apply a lot of movement, keeping a lot of pressure.
And he wants them to go beyond just swinging it around. It's about driving, dishing, and playing inside out.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. So on the floor for Philadelphia. He's down there with the Machine. Then it's Simmons. Then it's the bodyguard. And it's Spanish one in at the 2-spot. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Following the miss by DeRozan. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Toronto. And he knocks down the first one. Makes both from the line. Raptors trail by 6. Over with the ball. Feeds to Patterson for 3. Oh, good on that one. Philadelphia shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And the pass to the machine. The shot comes out. Nice feed from Valanciunas. And for the Raptors, they're shooting. Looking at a smooth offensive play. Up at 60% for the machine from the floor.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
The 76ers leading by 3. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Pass to the beast. Tigers the 3. Valanciunas grabs the ball. Valanciunas has got rebound number 8 with 9 in the game. Outside DeRozan. To tie it up. That falls. Nice feed that time from far away. He's got his 8th assist in the game. There's the bodyguard. Now recovering. That is one. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Mattis one's got 5 points now this quarter. Now here's Joseph. Outside Lowry. Patterson, the screen. The drive by Lowry. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
At the line for the Raptors, Kyle Lowry. At the line for 2.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there. They're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
The bodyguard passes to Patterson. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Patterson. And he swishes it right through. Patterson's got 13 points in the second half.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seems like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Fourth quarter playing. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now, here's Lowry. He's covered closely. 6 on the shot clock. Wants it go with the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to go. Lowry's got 7 points for the quarter.
He's been on a tear from the 3-point line this game.
And here's Simmons. Pass to the machine. The 10-foot. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. There's the pick. Back to Lowry. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Lowry's got 31. Well, right down the wire to everyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the injuries, both sides have extended. Both teams still hungry for the
Beautiful reverse. Got his glide on and left the D in the rearview mirror.
And the Raptors call time here. Have to like what we're seeing from Batiswan.
absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
changes. Okay, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Valanciunas. Stolen away. Jumps up.
Hey, guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this small, moments like that are the ones when you can look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Oh, that was a great angle. We just saw courtesy of Peel. There's the bodyguard after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. To the middle. Off the screen. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 16 points for the Beast.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Now here's Lowry. Here's DeRozan. Again, Toronto.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Absolutely, no question about it. I mean, this is a snub.
Here's the bodyguard. The pass to the Beast. Another three for Philadelphia.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second three of the half right there.
Outside Lowry. From the baseline. Nice. Spin off the left rim and in. Lowry's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And memo to the rest of the team, continue to get him the basketball. He's clearly delivering here in the fourth.
Yes, sir. He is dialed in. 6 of 6 in the quarter and looking for more.
DeRozan with the rebound.
Major defensive rap right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky you couldn't punish him for it.
Now here's Valanciunas. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on it. Didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot at it.
It's good from long range.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Now here is Lowry. Kicks to Patterson. Picked away. Here's the Beast. Toronto grabs the miss. Patterson's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Another steal. Here's the bodyguard. Now recovering. Here's the bodyguard. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. But quick look, no good that time.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme. Yeah,
and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Now here is Lowry. Carroll dishes to DeRozan. Toronto working the ball around now. Patterson can't get it to go. The 76ers leading by 5. The bodyguard passes to the machine. Here's Simmons. Inside. Pass to the body. 5 to shoot. Leans from outside. Bullseye. The bodyguard's got 20 points. The Raptors have gone 7 of 13 from the field and in the court. There's a good screen. Oh, wide open that door for DeRozan. And the Raptors miss again.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And that one's good. Simmons. And now a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Patterson the screen. Lowry gets the Patterson to stop the drought. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 9 assists now tonight.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own foot.
a floater. That's tipped. Here's banished one. DeRozan defending. Here's banished one. Again, Philadelphia.
This guy's putting on the clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Outside Lowry. And a quick bounce off the rim, but it shoots right in. Lowry's got 37.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Here's banished one. And a drop from three-point range. Here's trailed by 7. Here is the 2 to Rosen. Outside Lowry. Madison's the pitch for Lowry. It's deflected. It's tipped. And they'll keep possession. Leopard counts. And that's now 21 points for DeMar DeRozan. Philadelphia's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Here's the bodyguard. Passes into Madison. Now the feed to Simmons. Here's the 3. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And Simmons is accustomed to finishing over all types of defenders. I mean, that jump shot is just pure money.
And it's DeRozan at the elbow. A clear shot, but it's good off the front end. DeRozan's got 23 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's the beast. And yes, it's good. And it's now 22 points for the bodyguard.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry fee.
Here's DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that on the ball. Philadelphia leading by 8. The bodyguard passes to Madison. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. We've got 123 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's DeRozan. Throwing that jam by DeRozan.
Wow, Lowry with a beautiful setup.
The 76ers shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. There's the bodyguard. Now recovering. The bodyguard. There's that covered two-handed slam.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
DeRozan. That's good.
DeMar DeRozan, one of the few players that can knock down a shot like that.
There's the bodyguard. Now recovering. The bodyguard passes to the shoot. 6 on the shot clock. And the 76ers take down 2 more.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The inbound, no good.
I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Pass to Simmons. Here's the bodyguard. The pass to the Beast. A three ball. Sellinger with the rebound. They can score it here, but it won't be much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be.
And the three-point shot has just been money so far tonight.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. 8 seconds left in the fourth. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 8. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this is over.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
To the middle. Maddox from long range. And the rejection by Embiid. So the 76ers win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game. Saddest one. They used to say number 2 tries harder, and nobody tried harder or succeeded more in this game than the league's number 2 scorer. What a great job by him tonight as he delivered a fantastic performance yet again.
Coming off the loss in the last game, he wasn't about to drop 2 in a row. He had that look in his eye, boy. That look was telling me no matter what I got to do, we're not walking out of here without a win. Love to watch this guy play.
So explosive offensively, in attack mode all night. He didn't care who was trying to defend him. He was going to get his 40 plus.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports Group, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night.